Imagine you're sick. I mean, really sick, and you go to five different doctors. Four of them says rest and you'll be fine. But that one doctor says you need surgery today or you'll die in a week. Do you now say, well, all doctors are basically the same? No, because the stakes are too high. One is right, four are wrong, and your life depends on knowing which is which. And that's where we are with world religion. We live in a world that says, be tolerant, accept everyone's truth, don't judge. I agree that we should be kind, but kindness and truth aren't opposites. A real friend would tell you the truth, even when it's hard. So let me be honest and tell you that not all religions can be true. Now, you may ask why. For example, Islam says Jesus is not God, he didn't die on the cross or rose from the dead. On the other hand, the bedrock of Christianity is based on the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So you cannot believe both. One is false and the other is true. Pretending otherwise isn't love, it's just lie dressed up as politeness. Now, every religion's claim to be right. Everyone. And that's not an option, that's fact. So the question isn't, are they all the same? The question is, which one is actually true and why you should care? Because religion isn't about comfort or culture, religion is about where you spend eternity. Now, here's what unique and strange about Christianity. Jesus didn't come to start a religion of self improvement. He didn't say, work harder, be better, maybe God will accept you. But he said something completely different. He claimed to be God. He didn't say, I have more knowledge about God. He didn't say, I can teach you better things about God. Or he said, I could show you God's way. He said, I am God. Think about how crazy that is. A man is claiming to be God. It's like C.S. Lewis said, either he's the most important person who ever lived, or he's the most dangerous liar, lunatic in history. But then he did something that no other religious leaders ever did. Jesus predicted his own death. He said they would kill him, and he said he would rise again 3 days later. And then it happened. I'm not talking about a vision that people had or some kind of a myth that grew over centuries. I'm talking about people who saw him alive after he was dead, like his disciples, the skeptics, and others. Over 500 people saw the risen Jesus. His own brother James didn't believe in him before the resurrection, but he did afterward. Why would he lie? He had everything to lose and nothing to gain. The disciples didn't run away and start a quiet club. They faced beating, torture, execution, and they never recanted. They never said, we made it up. We need to understand something. People don't die for a hoax they created. It makes no sense. And you know what the resurrection proves? It proves Jesus wasn't just a good teacher or some sort of religious guru. He actually has power over death. And that's not a philosophy, and that's not just inspiration. That's a claim that changes everything about reality. If Jesus rose from the dead, then his promises are real. If he conquered death, then following him means you don't have to fear death either. Now, here's what separates Jesus from every other religious figure. Every other religion is about what you do, you work, you try, you follow rules, and you earn your way. But Jesus says, I already did it. I already paid. I already died, and I already rose. Now you receive it. He's not asking you to climb a mountain. He's offering to carry you up. He's not asking you to be good enough. He's offering to make you clean, forgiven, and free. And that's the gospel. And that's the good news. Here's the thing. You can ignore this. You can say, I'll think about it later, or you can say all religions are basically the same, or you can say this doesn't make any sense, but you cannot ignore Jesus. He's already made his claim. He's already risen from the dead. The question isn't whether Jesus is telling the truth. The question is, what will you do about it? Maybe you've tried religion and found nothing but rules and guilt. Maybe you've been empty. Maybe you've never ever considered Jesus before. Today, he's inviting you, not to a religion, but to relationship, to forgiveness and eternal life. He's not asking you to be perfect first. He's asking you to come as you are, broken, tired, lost, and let him heal you. Let me finish with this. You can accept or reject every religion on earth, but you cannot reject Jesus without making a choice, because he's either who he claimed to be or he's not. If he is God, then everything changes. Everything changes about you. Your guilt, your fear, your future, it will all change. So don't waste another day being neutral. Seek the truth, read the Gospels, and look at the evidence, and let Jesus show you who he really is. The choice is yours, but the stakes are eternal.